Hello, my name's James Rose. I'm the owner of a company called CX People, and we specialise in customer experience, whether that's face-to-face, whether it's online, and also whether it's over the phone. Today, specifically, I'm working with an organisation who are keen to improve the way they interact with their customers. Their customers are often very angry, upset, frustrated, and dependent on the staff they speak to provide an excellent level of service. The training that we're offering them is primarily focused around empathy skills, and to ensure they get a chance to hear how their empathy skills can be used when on the phone, we're using the PhoneCoach equipment here. I've been using PhoneCoach now for around 20 years. Back when we first started using it, there were a lot more wires involved, a lot more setup involved. These days, as you can see, it's open the suitcase, put the phones in, log onto the computer here, and you're ready to go. It's a really straightforward system, and actually we find it invaluable when running these training courses. Typically how the courses that we run work are, we'll do perhaps half a day or a day of skills-based training. That would be how to introduce yourself on the phone to set a great first impression. It'll be the power of language and how to use what I often call sexy language to actually improve the way in which the information you're offering is received by the customer. We cover things like influencing skills, again to influence the customer's behaviour, both at the outset of, during and at the end of a call, so that they're more inclined to believe in and trust what you've told them, to take the follow-up actions you've advised, and actually, in doing so, they have a far better impression of the company they're having to deal with, this is the customer, and are more willing to do business again with that same organisation. Once we've offered that skills-based training, that's where we then run some role plays using this PhoneCoach equipment. Typically how we'll do that is we'll ask the delegates to write a very loose script, one that just incorporates some of the training they've received and is focused on the work they do, so it's contextualised. They'll have that loose script, and then having prepared that, they're able to work in pairs where one acts as a customer, one acts as the customer service advisor or sales advisor, and they will record that call as if it were real, putting into practice, as I say, all the skills they've learned on the previous session. The beauty of the equipment is that once they've made the call, and it feels very real because they're using what is effectively a real phone, or feels like it certainly, they're then able to listen back to those calls just in their own pairs, just via the phone system or via the computer out loud, doesn't matter. I typically do it through the phone system. They quietly listen to those together, and then what they do is they will critique each other's performance when they're both playing the part of the advisor. What did they like about it? What did they think could be improved? Why did they like it? What effect did it have when they did those things? Some really detailed, concise, constructive feedback. At the end of the exercise, they are then asked to produce some action plans of things they will take back to discuss with their manager about how they're going to improve their telephone performance, and then also put those things into practice to ensure that their telephone performance, their customer service offer, improves over time. Now, the bit that I often find is missing with other telephone skills training courses is that people come on these courses and then they go back to work, and because they're so busy and so under pressure, they fall back into bad habits, the old habits. So how I also use this equipment is with the managers. They will listen back to pre-prepared calls, and of course we get the permission of the people who've created those calls. They'll listen back to some of those as well, and together with the facilitator, often myself, we will talk about how to give feedback on what's just been heard. Not just in terms of what to listen out for and the key skills, but how to promote a good conversation using open questions, a coaching approach, a constructive approach, and also giving those managers the ability to understand what is it they should be listening out for and what value does that bring to a telephone call, which means then when they go back to the office and perhaps on a regular monthly basis they're talking about telephone performance, they're able to have those really constructive, detailed, productive conversations that produce tangible, practical results in terms of how the staff member can continue to improve on an ongoing basis. So the value of the training isn't therefore just in the one-day event, it's ongoing forever because you've got people within the business who can really powerfully encourage and inspire better performance all the way through. The one thing I would say if you are going to use the phone equipment for yourselves is just make sure that you have reassured the people that are going to use it that it probably will be a scary experience for them. It probably will be horrible hearing their own voices being played back to them. No one likes that sort of thing. So it's important that they're encouraged to listen beyond that and view it as a very objective experience. It's not them on the phones, it's just a call they're listening to. What do they like about it? What don't they like about it? And I promise you, if you use this equipment, you'll find it as valuable as I do as CX people. Thank you very much for listening.